Hey, it's Chris with Life 180 and welcome. In today's video, I want to talk to you about the 4 steps that you need to follow to make sure that you buy a whole life insurance policy properly. Now, the first step right out of the gate, you want to make sure you are 100% clear on the objectives and the goals and the results that you're hoping to get out of a life insurance policy. Right out of the gate, I want to tell you, life insurance is not an investment, it is a storage vehicle. I know there are a lot of people out there selling Index Universal Life, for instance, as an investment vehicle. It is not an investment vehicle. Anybody that tells you it is wrong. It is a great storage vehicle. Life insurance can be a great storage vehicle for your money if used properly. And you have to understand what you want for the result to be on that. Are you looking to be able to save up in that policy for a rainy day fund? Are you looking to save up in that policy to buy real estate? Are you looking to invest in a business? Are you looking, to invest in crypto or maybe use it as an operating account to do day trading with? Are you looking to buy crypto? Whatever it is, you have to understand the results that you're looking to get out of this account and what you want to use it for. That's number one. Number two, you have to really think about, do you have any money that you want to dump into the policy? There's 2 ways to think about a life insurance policy. You have 2 components to it. You have the money on the front end that you want to dump in. That's a front-loaded dump in. It's depending on what company you're dealing with, but it's ultimately, depending on the amount of the dump in that you have, it will be impacted how much you can dump in without using all sorts of riders and whatnot to be able to fund it properly. There's gonna have to be a ratio between the dump in and then what you can afford, which is number 3, how much can you afford to pay on an annual basis? And so here's the deal. I don't look at whole life insurance when you structure it properly as a payment to a premium. I look at it as like a forced savings vehicle because I'm a big believer, as I said earlier, life insurance is not an investment vehicle, it's a storage vehicle. When you look at investments have risk. Whole life insurance policies are guaranteed. And so if you structure them properly, it becomes a banking account on steroids, right? And so when you think about it, earlier I mentioned being able to save for a rainy day in this account is an awesome strategy for a lot of people. Depends on how much money you need to have in there for a rainy day account. If you do a dump in, for instance, of let's say $50,000 and you have an annual premium of $12,000, let's say $1,000 a month because you want to save $1,000 a month and you have 50 grand sitting in a bank account that's inefficient. I mean, it's going to be a little different for everybody, just understand that. But the bottom line is you can have it set up so out of that $50,000, over $40,000 is liquid immediately. And if that's enough to cover an element of a rainy day fund for you, and you're not concerned about losing short-term access to the extra little bit of money in there, and you understand that the benefits that you're gonna gain from the short-term loss of liquidity of that extra money, that's okay. It's gonna be hugely beneficial, and you understand that's a great place for your rainy day fund because you have instant access, guaranteed access, tax-free access if you do it through policy loans. There's no other vehicle in the world that can do that for you. Now, when it comes to the premium, structuring the premium, there are all sorts of different ways to do it. I'm not gonna do that, talk about the details of different policy structures and what's good for different people in different ways on this video, but just understand there are different policy structures that will give you more liquidity in short term, more liquidity over the long run. And that comes back to number 1, you have to understand what your objectives are. Are you looking to have short-term immediate liquidity because you want to buy a real estate property? I know this, I've talked to a lot of people who do this, who have a couple $100,000 in a bank account. They want to front load the money in there because they want to then turn around, utilize and leverage that money to be able to buy a real estate property, right? And now the challenge is it's a funny balance of the dump in money and what you can afford for the annual premium because you never want to create a modified endowment contract, a MEC. It's really just finding the balance between the dump in and the annual premium and then the time horizon, which is number 4. How long do you want to pay on this policy to make it work? So those 4 things, having complete clarity on where you want to go, what the objective is of this policy, what result do you want to cause or create by leveraging this policy, how much do you have to dump into the policy, how much money are you wanting to have kind of as a forced savings account on a monthly or annual basis is number 3. And then number 4, how long do you want to do that for? Depending on your age. Here's the one thing I'll say to how long you want to do this for. A lot of people start these policies and they say, you know what, I want to do this for 10 years and I want to be done. Well, guess what? After 10 years, if you're not at retirement in 10 years, you're still going to be needing to save money. And I promise you that after 10 years, you're not going to find a financial vehicle that's going to give you a better return, a better result on what you're looking to get your money to do for you for dollar in, dollar out than a whole life insurance policy when you structure it properly. The only negative to it is a system, it is a process that you have to invest in. And so there are some short-term liquidity things that you have to consider, challenges for some people that you have to consider. It's not all bad, and the benefits far outweigh the negatives in my opinion in most situations, but it's something that you want to look at. I'm a big believer that you have to look at this from a full spectrum view. You have to understand all the moving parts. I don't believe anybody should ever do anything that they don't understand. And so what I would say to you is just go through this 4-step process as you kind of make a decision in anything that you invest in, but especially with a whole life insurance policy. That's the process that you should think about. And then only once you understand how you're trying to use it, what result you're trying to create, which is number one, can you actually go through and figure out the most effective way to structure a policy for you. Because there's a lot of experts out there that will tell you, you should do it this way, you should do it this way, you should do it this way. But the reality is, it's a very flexible product. As much as the people out there would like to tell you it's not, it's an extremely flexible product with infinite levels of ability to design it to your personal customized needs. And so you wanna make sure that you work with somebody who understands how to meet your customized needs and is gonna ask you the right questions and work with you through a process to help you achieve the objectives and the goals that you're looking to set out for yourself and the reason that you want to buy one of these policies in the first place. So anyway, I hope that video helps you gets you thinking about whole life insurance in a little bit of a different way as you go down through whether you're working with clients or whether you're looking to buy a policy for yourself. I think it's extremely kind of a beneficial 4-step process that I think is really important to follow. If you did find value in this video, I'd love it and I appreciate it. It'd help the channel greatly if you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, click the bell, that way you get notified every single time I release a new video. We're launching all sorts of content. I look forward to serving you. And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you have a blessed, inspirational day. We'll talk to you on the next video. Take care.